This morning, U.S. warships are setting up a blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. Time for the Streamline. Everything you need to know in 10 minutes or less. The president called for this blockade after peace talks between the U.S. and Iran failed over the weekend. Negotiators spent 21 hours trying to reach a deal. U.S. negotiators say things fell apart because Iran refused to give up its plans to build nuclear weapons. Now the U.S. is getting ready to block any ships from entering or leaving the critical oil route.
No, I don't care if they come back or not. If they don't come back, I'm fine. And remember, their promise was that they were going to open the Hormuz Strait. They didn't do it. They lied.
Iran warns this move would break a 2-week ceasefire deal and that it will respond with severe force. President Trump posted on social media saying, quote, "Any Iranian who fires at us or at peaceful vessels will be, again, his quote, blown to hell."
The Iranians cannot afford to lose 2 million barrels a day of oil revenue. So the U.S. is going to give the Iranians a couple days to think about it. Do you really want to call the U.S.'s bluff and attack U.S. forces and restart this war?
And President Trump is also threatening new tariffs on China after reports that the country may have sent weapons to Iran. The blockade could put more pressure on the U.S. economy. The gas index is already up 21%. It's the highest monthly increase on record. The national average for a gallon of gas stayed at $4.15 this morning, same as yesterday. Gas here in San Diego dropped by 1 cent to $5.91 a gallon. President Trump is also taking aim at Pope Leo over his criticism of the war. Trump wrote in a post on Truth Social, the Pope is, quote, terrible for foreign policy.
We don't like a Pope that's going to say that it's okay to have a nuclear weapon. We don't want a Pope that says crime is okay in our cities. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Pope Leo.
The Pope responded this morning saying he's not afraid of the Trump administration. He has been increasingly vocal about the war, condemning the president's threats against Iran as, quote, truly unacceptable. And the Pope has said no one should use religion to justify war.
Congressman Eric Swalwell is dropping out of the race for California governor. 4 women accused him of sexual assault and misconduct. One former staffer says Swalwell assaulted her twice. Another accuser claims that Swalwell sent her a nude photo on Snapchat and met in his congressional office as she was trying to find a job. Swalwell has denied these allegations in the past and questioned their timing.
These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They are absolutely false.
The Manhattan District Attorney confirmed it's now investigating one of the claims, and now Republican lawmakers are planning to force a vote to expel him from Congress. Some Democrats say they will support that effort.
This is not a partisan issue. This cuts across party line, and it is a depravity of the way that women have been treated.
Expelling Swalwell from Congress requires a 2/3 vote. That vote could happen this week. Congress is back from its 2-week spring recess. A number of important votes, including the one to expel Swalwell. House and Senate Democrats plan to hold votes also on Iran powers resolution to stop the ongoing war. There will likely be votes to end the partial government shutdown. It's now the longest shutdown in U.S. history. President Trump signed an executive order granting back pay to TSA agents, but Homeland Security is warning last Friday's paycheck, well, that one could be their last until Congress funds the department. Democrats are holding out on a funding bill trying to force changes to ICE policies. Extreme weather is hitting several parts of the U.S. Hawaii is dealing with a powerful multi-day storm, heavy rain and flood alerts there. In the Midwest and the South, drought conditions are getting worse, causing water conservation efforts. And while spring may have started weeks ago, parts of Northern California looking like this. They're under a winter storm warning this weekend. No official warnings here in San Diego, but our higher elevation mountains could see some snow showers starting today.
Now, nearly a month into spring, you might be focused on cleaning your closet or maybe that junk drawer with all the cords and stuff in it. But now is also a good time to spring clean your credit. Scripps News Group consumer reporter John Matarese has some ways to tidy up those finances.
Spring is a great season for a reset. I'm not just talking about your home and garden. I'm also talking about your credit score. Think about it. A little financial improvement now could pay big dividends when it comes time to borrow money later.
Chris? At the Coffee Emporium, spring means iced lattes and chatting about tax refunds.
I just usually am pretty boring and I put it into my savings account.
Rebecca Desch uses Spring to boost her savings. Shauna Watkins, meantime, tries to pay down some debt.
Pay credit card bills, rent, hospital bill.
Smart moves to avoid high interest rates and improve your credit, according to Bobby Rebell, consumer finance expert with badcredit.org. She says better credit makes you a better candidate for borrowing money.
It might be a car loan. It might be any kind of a personal loan, home equity loan.
Start by checking your credit report for errors at annualcreditreport.com.
Whatever looks fishy, take the time, clean it up, speak directly to the credit bureaus.
Her next tip, improve your credit utilization by paying down balances and keeping your balance at about 30% of your available credit.
Say you had $1,000, that's your limit. You want to only spend $300.
Automate payments, even for the minimum. And one thing not to do, don't close old credit cards.
You're thinking, I don't use that anymore. What's the big deal? But in fact, it is a big deal because it's showing that you have a long history of being a reliable borrower. And that is something that lenders really like to see.
Keep an old account active with small purchases or set them up to pay a streaming service once a month. For Watkins, a little spring financial cleaning now should set her up for the rest of the year.
Getting ready for the summer, lots of stuff to do.
That way you don't waste your money. John Matteries, Scripps News Group.
And just like that, just like this, Rory McIlroy goes back-to-back at Augusta. He held off a crowded field, his own erratic play, and also the weight of history to win the 2026 Masters. He is now the fourth player to win 2 straight green jackets. The last golfer to do it, Tiger Woods. Despite a couple of hiccups there in the final couple days, McIlroy finished 12 under, and as for our San Diegans, Xander Schauffele finished 9th. JJ Spaun was cut on Friday. Usually the previous year's winner presents the green jacket, but well, he can't do that to himself, so Augusta National Golf Club Chairman Fred Ridley took over the job. And congratulations to him. That's your ABC 10 News Streamline. Everything you need to know today in under 10 minutes.